Hello and welcome to day 8 of your Fall Fitness Challenge. Today we are going to be doing a full body mat Pilates workout. As we go through our workout today, the props that we're going to be using are some ankle weights as well as some hand weights. I have some 3-pound ankle weights and some 5-pound hand weights. You can go higher, lower, whatever you're feeling. You don't have to use the weights at all if you don't want to. Make sure you have a little bit of a mat, some space, and let's get to it. All right, so while we're getting set up, today's workout is going to be a full body workout. As we go through, again, if you feel like the weights are getting to be too much, you're more than welcome to take them off if you need to. Or if they're putting any pressure or pain into your lower back, or making you grip too much in the front of your hips, take them off. And then if you're up for a challenge and you want to put them back on later, just pause me, throw those back on. We're going to start with just a simple warm up. So I have my ankle weights on. I'll use the hand weights a little bit later when we do some bridging. So we're gonna come to just a 4-point kneeling position, and we're gonna go for a simple cat-cow. So I'm gonna start with my hands right beneath my shoulders, knees underneath my hips, about hip width distance apart. So just a simple cat-cow. I'm going to draw my navel into my spine, round my back like an angry cat, and look to my spine. And then I'm going to release, letting my tailbone and my head reach toward the ceiling. My abdominals release, and I sway the back. And then again, round like an angry cat. Look to the belly button, draw the navel to the spine, and then release. Tailbone and head float up to the ceiling, belly button drawing, releasing. 2 more here. Round it through, navel draws in, look to the navel. And then we release, tailbone and head up towards the ceiling. Let the low back sway. And one last time, round it out. And then we sway. Give a gentle arch. And then we're going to come back into a flat back neutral spine. So think of drawing the belly button in right here to my low back. Roll the shoulders back and down and actively push off the mat with my upper body. I'm going to switch my weight into my right hand, and I'm going to take my left hand to my behind my head. So I'm going to go for a little bit of a thoracic rotation. So upper body rotation. I'm going to drop my left elbow towards my right elbow, and then I'm going to open it up towards the ceiling, and then I repeat. Just dropping it down, and then I open up. Let's go for an exhale here as we drop the elbow. And then I can inhale as I open. 2 more exhale, dropping it down. Inhale, and then I open. 1 last time here, dropping it down and through. Inhale, open. And then I'm going to replace my left hand down onto my mat. Switching sides. Plant my left hand just underneath my shoulder. Bring my right hand behind the head. Let's drop the elbow to elbow. Give a little bit of a twist. And then I'm going to open it up. And then I drop the elbow. Let's go for that exhale here. And then an inhale as I open up to the side. Exhale, drop it down. Keep those shoulders rolling back. And 2 more, dropping the elbow to elbow. Open up and twist. Find that rotation. 1 last time here. And then I open, draw the navel into my spine. Replace my right hand back down to my mat. All right, now from here, we're just going to go for that extended bird dog to finish things off in our warm-up. So I'm going to extend my left arm and right leg away from one another. So I'm going to reach my left arm forward, right leg back, find that extension. And then I bring that elbow in and knee in. I'm going to stay on the same arm, same leg. Reach, I extend. And then I bring it in. Think of my navel lifting up and away from my mat the whole time here. And then I bring it in. 2 more extensions. Reach the shoulder blades down the back. Lengthen through the arm and the leg as long as they can. Energy reaching out in both directions. And then I bring it back down. Switching sides, left hand down, From here now, I'm going to extend right arm and left leg. So I go for that reach and extend away from the body. And then I bring the elbow and the knee in. Same arm, same leg. Reach and extend. And then in. Shoulders reaching out of the ears. Lengthen through the back of the neck. 2 more here. Think of tightening a seatbelt around my abdominals. 1 last one. I reach, I extend. I bring it down. And I rest. Good. If you need to, go ahead and shake out those wrists for a quick second. We're going to catch the breath. Swing your legs out in front of you. We're going to go in for some abdominals next. So, legs out in front. I'm going to lie flat on my back. We're going to go into some toe taps. So just kind of roll all the way down flat on the back. I'm going to be imprinting and pressing my lower back all the way down into the mat. Hands can go behind the head and lift up into an abdominal crunch. And then I'm going to bring my legs up to tabletop 1, 2. From here, single leg toe taps. Inhale, I'm going to drop my left foot down to the floor. Exhale, scoop and draw it up. Inhale, right foot taps. Exhale, lift. Inhale, I drop the left. Feel the abdominals wrapping in. If you prefer, you can also reach your arms out to your sides rather than behind the head. But either way, I'm still feeling a rounding through the back of the neck. My shoulders are reaching away from my ears. I'm having a little conversation with my belly button here. So I'm really thinking of holding that rounded position. Inhale, I tap the foot. Exhale, scoop with my low pelvic floor. Keep that low back imprinted the whole time. Last time to the right foot here. Inhale, I lower it down. And then exhale, I scoop and lift. Now from here, let's lower both legs down, both legs up. Inhale, double foot toe tap. Exhale it. Inhale, I lower. Exhale, I'm trying to draw the navel in. Draw it down. Inhale, lower with the legs. Exhale, scoop with the pelvic floor. 2 more here. Inhale. Exhale, hollow those abdominals. Last one, inhale. And then exhale it. Let's hug the knees into the chest, relax the neck for just a quick second. Now from here, we're gonna go for a single leg stretch, keeping the knee bent as I bring it into my chest. So again, round up into an abdominal crunch, legs in tabletop. Let's go ahead and extend the left leg out. Hug your right knee into the chest. Find that abdominal crunch. Maintain it as you switch the legs. Right leg extends, left leg pulls in. Lift and switch. Think exhale to pull that knee in. Inhale, exhale. Feel the belly button scooping into my spine and then up to my ribs. Imagine a little ice cream scoop. You're hollowing and carving out the abdominals. My bottom 2 ribs are laced, but my bottom 2 ribs are also trying to reach to my hips and my pelvic floor. Let's go here for 4, here for 3, for 2, last one there. Double leg stretch, hold both knees into the chest. I'm going to extend my arms and my legs out, making a V with my body. Circle the arms out and around as I pull my knees back into the chest. Big inhale, stretch. Exhale, circle the arms out and around. As I extend, my low back stays imprinted. Circle the knees around, hug the knees to the chest. Inhale, I reach. Exhale, circle around and around. 2 more here. Big inhale. Exhale it. 1 last time. Inhale, reach. And then exhale it. Let's let it rest for a quick second here. Now the last thing that we're gonna do, working into some bicycles or some crisscross firing up into your obliques to finish things off. So legs go back into a tabletop. I am going to bring my hands behind my head this time. Lift to a crunch. I'm going to go opposite knee to elbow. The opposite leg is going to extend away from the body. So let's go right elbow, left knee, extend the right leg, and then switch. I'm still trying to draw my navel in. Imagine a seatbelt from my tailbone around to the belly button. I exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You don't have to go as low. If you want, you can go legs a little bit higher as you switch. If you're feeling it into your lower back. Let's go here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, one more actually. Finishing here, and then let it rest. Woo, very nice. Go ahead, breathe for a quick second, catch your breath. From here, we're going to rock up to a seated position and grab our hand weights. So hands behind the knees, carefully rock yourself up. Now we're gonna do a little upper and lower body combined, doing some bridging with our weights. So now we're gonna go into a little bit of upper and lower body combined, bridging with hand weights. So grab your hand weights. I'm using some 5-pound weights today. You could go heavier, you could go lighter. You don't have to use weights if you're not comfortable. So lie all the way flat on the back. Weights are nearby. I'm gonna walk my heels somewhat close to my hips here. I'm gonna maintain hip width distance position. Grab the weights, and we're gonna bring them at a 90-degree bend at the elbow. Elbows narrow to my rib cage. So I'm gonna warm up the spine with an articulated bridge to begin. So feel my shoulder blades already shifting down the back. My hips are in a neutral spine, neutral pelvis. I'm gonna take an inhale to prepare. And then as I exhale, I'm going to tuck the tailbone, scoop to the pelvic floor, and press my arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. And then I'm going to exhale, tuck my tailbone, roll back down, bring the elbows back to my ribs. And again, combine, tuck the tailbone, round it through, press my hands up over the chest, ribs together. Exhale, I roll it down and in, bone by bone, back onto my mat. As you're rolling up and down through the spine, make sure the knees stay parallel. Sometimes the knees like to veer off to the sides, in and out as we're rolling up and down. Tuck and tailbone, roll it up. Use the exhale when you get to the top of the bridge. Bottom ribs are staying laced in. Exhale, tuck and roll it back down. Keep those shoulders reaching away from the ears. 3 more. Tuck and roll it up, bone by bone. Ribs are knit at the top. Inhale. Exhale, tuck and roll it back down. Scoop through the pelvic floor. Tilt the pelvis back to neutral. 2 more. Tuck and roll. Lace the ribs. Pause, inhale. Exhale. Down through the middle of the spine. 1 more time here. Tuck and roll it up. Press it through. Now I'm going to hold the hips and the arms up. Feel my shoulders lengthening away from my ears. Let's give a slight bend and rounding into the elbows. I'm going to let my arms open wide to the side for a chest fly. From here, as I bring my hands up over the chest, I'm going to lift one leg up into a tabletop march. I'm going to exhale as I lift it. I inhale, I bring it back down. Exhale, scoop and lift. I inhale, lower. My shoulder blades are lengthening down the back of the body. As I'm marching from foot to foot, I'm doing my best to keep my hips nice and level. Trying not to let the hips dip side to side, no dancing around. Hollow and scoop with my low pelvic floor. Inhale, I tap it down. Exhale it. My shoulders are still reaching away from my ears. Exhale, scoop and lift. And then down. 3 more here. My bottom ribs are knitting together. Side abdominals helping to maintain that stable pelvis. 2 more. Scoop and lift. And inhale. Exhale it. Last one here. Let's leave the arms up high. Bring that right foot down. And then roll through the spine. all the way back down into my neutrals pelvis. Very good. All right, now from here, we are gonna go into a little bit of a releve position. So I'm going to I'm gonna walk my feet a little bit closer to my hips, so hips to the heels, so I can go into my tiptoes. From here, I'm gonna go elbows wide for a chest press. So I'm starting with about a 90-degree bend in my elbows. My elbows are wide to the side, shoulders are still reaching out of my ears. It's going to be a flat back bridge. So start with a slightly tucked tailbone, engage my glutes, take an inhale. As I exhale, press flat back up with my hips and my arms. Inhale, I tap it down. Exhale, press. Inhale, and I lower. Check in with the knees, make sure they're staying in a parallel position. And inhale. Think of my weight being towards the ball of the foot and the big toes. As I'm pressing up and down, I'm getting a little cramp in my left one. Exhale, flat back, lift and press my bottom ribs together. Inhale, and it lowers, active glutes. Press, tighten my seatbelt, tailbone to belly button. Inhale, and I lower. Press it up. Shoulders away from my ears. And then down. And then the last one here, exhale, lift. Now I'm going to bring the arms back to about a halfway position, hips drop down to about a halfway position, and I'm going to pulse up and down with my arms and my hips. I'm going to go a little lift and lift for an exhale and exhale. Good, shoulders out of the ears, ribs together, firing up into my glute. Last 8 counts here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's bring it all the way back down. Arms and hips and legs rest for a quick second. All right, now the last one that we're gonna do here, some single leg bridge with a bit of a tricep extension. So let's bring my left foot down to the floor. Make sure my left foot is in line with my hip bone here on the left. I'm going to bring my right leg into a tabletop position. I'm going to start with my elbows at a 90-degree bend, weights by my forehead for a skull crusher. So now I'm going to hinge up with a flat back. Immediately think shoulders are away from my ears, navel is connecting to my spine. Take an inhale to prepare. And then as I exhale, press through my left leg, extend their arms together. And then I inhale and I bring it back down. Exhale, lift and press. And down. Right hip squared with my left. Now, if you're comfortable advancing it, try extending the right leg as you press. Right leg and arms extend. Right leg and arms, they bend. Good. Feel my bottom ribs still knitting together. Press shoulders out of the ears. Inhale, I lower. Exhale it. Tighten that seatbelt around my abdominals. Inhale. Fire up that left glute and hamstring. 3 more here. And then down. Exhale it. Press. And down. One last time. Exhale, fire it up and lift. Hold it here. Let's pulse up and down into my left leg. Go here for 10, 9, 8, shoulders out of ears, 7, ribs together, 6, navel in for 5, 4, 3, lengthen the right leg for 2, last one. Let's bend everything in and come back down. Very nice. Shake out the left leg for a second if you need. We're going to switch and finish with the right. So my right foot is in line with my right hip. Bring your left leg to tabletop. Arms high. Bend the elbows at 90. Shoulders out of the ears. Take an inhale here to prepare. As I exhale, I extend my arms. Extend the left leg. Flat back bridge. Inhale. Bring it all down. I'm sorry, I lied. You don't have to extend your leg quite yet. Exhale, press and extend. And then inhale. As I go to the top of the bridge, my bottom ribs are staying laced in. Now, if you're comfortable advancing it, we extend. Arms extend, leg can reach up to high. Inhale, and I bring it down. Exhale, press. Trying your best to keep that left hip squared with the right. Scoop with the low abdominals to extend that left leg. And inhale. Shoulders are still reaching away from the ears. Bottom ribs together. Let's go 2 more here. Exhale, lift and press for 2. And then down. Last one. Press, we hold. We're going to pulse up and down into this right leg here. Let's go for 10, 9, ribs in for 8, 7, lengthen the left leg for 6, shoulders down 5, 4, ribs in for 3, 2, last one. Let's bend elbows and knees, bring it all the way down and rest. Very good. Drop the weights off. Extend that right leg for a quick second if you need. Shake it out. If you need a little stretch, hug your knees to the chest. Circle those knees around. Release any tension in the lower back. From here, we're going to go into a little bit of upper body arms. So carefully just rock yourself up to a seated position. And we are going to go for some upper body and some arms next. Okay, so to go for our upper body here, we are going to still use some hand weights. So I'm going to come to a quadruped position here on my hands and my knees. If you kind of have wrist issues, you can always use your weights and kind of press your hands into your weights, just like this, so that you have a little bit less of a bend in your wrist. Some people I know, they get a little bit of too much tension in their wrist, so this helps to kind of alleviate some of that pressure. So from here, I'm going to have my arms about shoulder width apart, my knees hip width distance apart, roll my shoulders back and down, draw my navel in. Imagine there's a fire right here on your mat. I'm scooping and lifting my abdominals away. I'm going to slightly round my left arm, and I'm going to exhale as I reach this left arm out for a reverse fly, and then inhale, I bring it back down. I'm going to continue working through the same arm. I'm going to think exhale to lift, and then inhale as I bring it down. And then down. Exhale, I lift. Now, if you're comfortable advancing it, we're going to extend the opposite leg. So I'm going to hold my right leg out and then bring the arm and the leg in. Exhale, I extend it. And then in. The back of my neck is nice and long. Energy through the back of my right leg. Feel that squeeze between my shoulder blades as I lift my left arm out to the side. And then down. 2 more here. Exhale, reaching in 2. And then in. 1 last one here. And then I bring it down. I'm going to switch sides. Plant the left hand down onto the floor. I'm going to reach just the right arm out to the side now. So my right arm reaches out to the side, slightly rounded elbow. Inhale, and I lower. Exhale. Lift and down. Navel draws in. Think of tightening that seatbelt around the abdominals. 1 more. Now, if you're comfortable advancing it, try extending the left leg with it. My left leg reaches out as my right arm reaches wide, and I bring it back down. Soften that left elbow. Belly button is drawing up and away from my mat. Feel that squeeze in between the shoulder blades. 2 more here. Both of my shoulders rolling back and down. Last one here, reach. And then bringing it in. Plant the right hand down into my mat. Bring my left elbow into my ribs. From here, I'm going to go for a tricep extension. I'm going to extend my left arm back and then bend that left elbow in. Exhale, I press. Inhale, and it bends. My belly button is drawing into my spine. If you're comfortable advancing it, hold the right leg out. Find your balance with the right leg extended. Hold it there. Draw the belly button in. And then triceps. Press that left arm straight and then bend the left elbow back in. Exhale, I extend it. And inhale. Lengthen through the back of my right leg. Try to get that left arm all the way out straight. Go for 3. And then in. Exhale, press it 2. One last one here. Exhale, I extend it. And then I bring it in. Let's let everything come down. Last thing we're going to do on this side here, my left hand plants into the floor, my right elbow draws in, roll my shoulders back. Extend the right arm for triceps. Inhale, I let it bend. Exhale, I press extend. And then inhale. My shoulders are rolling back and down, lengthening through the back of my neck. Now, if you're comfortable advancing it, we're going to try balancing, extending the left leg. Hold that left leg out. Lengthen to the back of the knee. And now extend the right arm. Inhale and it bends. Exhale, press, extend. And in. Shoulders keep rolling back and down. Press. Bringing it in. Navel draws in. Exhale, extend. Let's go for 2 more here. Keep those shoulders rolling back. Scoop the belly button in. And then bend. Last one here. Exhale, press, extend. Woo. And then in. Let's let it rest. Good. Shake it out for a second. Catch the breath. Drop your weights off to the side. Done with the hand weights. If you need to roll out the wrists, interlace your fingers, kind of shake it out for a quick second. We're going to finish with a little bit of an external rotation position for our lower body using those ankle weights. We're going to come into a quadruped position, well, a modified quadruped position. For this modified quadruped position, if your mat isn't thick enough or if you kind of have knobby knees like I do, you can use a knee pad for your single knee if you need. So kind of like what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring a knee pad underneath my right knee. And then from there, I'm going to bring my right elbow and forearm down. The middle of my forearm is going to be about in line with the middle of my knee. My left hand is going to be out to the side. I'm actually going to scooch a little further forward. Left hand is going to be planted onto my mat out on the outside. I'm going to extend my left leg, and then if you'll notice, I'm opening my chest and my hips up slightly. Not all the way side, but just a little bit of open up external rotation. Again, I'm going to leave my left hand down, my right elbow down. From here, I'm going to lift this left leg up, and then I'm going to tap it back down. Exhale, lift, and then I lower. And then down. Thinking of the outside of my glutes active, of my left leg, but also my right side abdominals active. Exhale, lift, and lower. Lengthening through the back of my left knee. My shoulders are reaching and lengthening away from my ears here. Exhale, lift. Now I'm going to give a little tap. I'm going to lift, tap it to the side, lift, tap it back again, in line with my body. Lift, out to the side, lift, tap down. I'm still active in my right side abdominals. Lift and lower. Trying to stabilize through my right glute and hip. 2 more here. Lift, tap side, lift, and then back 1 more time. Lift, tap it side, lift, tap it back. Now I'm gonna lift up and hold. I'm gonna go for a knee extension. So I'm bending at my knee, letting my hip go towards my heel. And then I extend that left leg back out. I bend the left leg, hip to heel to hip, and extend. Inhale, bend. My right side abdominals are drawing in. Bottom ribs are together. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Let's go for 2 more here. Inhale, bend. And reach. 1 last time. Inhale. And then I extend, hold. Let's flex this foot, pulse here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Ribs in for 4, shoulders back 3, 2, 1, and let it come down. If you need to, go for a quick little child's pose with feet together, knees apart. Walk your hands forward. Sink into the hips. Catch the breath for a quick second. I'm going to rotate so that you can see the other side. You can stay facing this way if you like. So we're going to be switching legs. So from here, my left knee is going to be planted. My left elbow and forearm planted down. Right hand is going to be on my mat, extending my left leg out behind me. So from here, I'm going to open my hips and my chest up to the side slightly. I'm going to lift my right leg up, drop that right leg back down, externally rotated. Exhale, I lift. Inhale, and I lower. Notice trying not to sink the left side as I lift the right leg, but I'm keeping it lifted and engaged. Exhale, reach. Inhale, and it lowers. And down, hips opened up to the side. Exhale, stabilize the left, and inhale. Feel the outside of both glutes active. Start to go for those taps, side to side. So I'm going to go lift, tap it side, lift, tap it back. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And side. Trying the best. Keep the ribs in. Shoulders rolling back and down. Last set here. Lift, tap, lift, and back. Now from here, I'm going to lift this right leg up. Shoulders are back and down. Ribs are in. Extend at the knee as I bend. And then I reach, extend. Inhale, I bend. Exhale, press it through. Feel my glutes wrapping around the back of my hips. Feel like I'm trying to reach that right heel to my glute. Inhale, I bend. Exhale, hollow the abdominals, I extend. Feel like I'm tightening that seatbelt around my center. Exhale, press. One more set. Inhale, shoulders rolling back and down. Lace the ribs, hold, flex this heel. Little pulses, lift it for 10. 9, for 8. 7, shoulders back. 6, ribs are in for 5. 4, scoop the belly button to 3, 2, 1, and let it rest and come on down. You are all finished. Bring those feet down, knees apart. Go for a little child's pose, walk the hands out. Big deep breath in. And then exhale, sink into your stretch. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Good, let's come to a standing position. I'm just gonna walk my feet towards my hands. Bend and fold in half. Just let your head hang heavy. Relax the neck. If you need to, you can gently reach behind your ankles. Shake your head no. We're gonna nod the head yes. And then we're gonna bend the knees. Slowly stack the spine up bone by bone all the way up to the top. And then you are all finished for today. Nice job. And that is day 8 of your Fall Fitness Challenge. Hope you enjoyed your full body mat workout, and I will see you all again tomorrow for a bar fusion class.